back to my channel. I know it's been like beyond a long time since I've recorded any sort of video, and that's because life has taken a tremendous toll. Not in a bad way. It's just school has been crazy. Um, Life has been crazy. Work has been crazy. Everything's just been crazy. So I haven't really had the time to record. So I'm just coming by today since I will be indefinitely free. Like besides the days that I work, like I'm gonna just be really, really free because yeah, my semester has been suspended until further notice. Well, you guys know that I'm graduating. So yeah, my semester has been suspended until further notice because of coronavirus. So if you're new to my channel or you don't really know that much about me because I don't have that many videos. My name is Jen. My name is actually DeJennifer, but I go by Jen. I'm a senior nursing student in an accelerated program. I will be graduating this May with my BSN, and I actually already have a previous degree. I have a bachelor's of science in public health. So those two degrees actually go so well hand in hand right now as far as coronavirus. Public health is like this is such a huge public health issue. So I think I just want to come by today to kind of talk about coronavirus, kind of give you guys a life update and just kind of touch on what my plans are and what I've been doing in the meantime as I prepare for graduation, kind of prepare for the real world. Um, so, coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, um, it's pretty much a new virus that kind of started, um, as a lot of us know, in China. Um, so it was first detected in China. As I'm reading off of my phone. This is from the CDC. This isn't from Google. This isn't from CBS or CNN. I go right to the source, and this is just because of my public health background. Like, if you want to know like real facts or straight facts about Corona, I would definitely say um, go to the CDC website, and that's where you can kind of get updates and kind of see how it's affecting us, like nationwide, statewide, nationally, universally at this point. Okay, so it was first detected in China, but now it's been detected in over 100 other locations internationally. They've named it SARS-CoV-2. Um, and the disease it causes. So the name of the actual bacteria is SARS-CoV-2. That's the virus. And the disease that it causes is coronavirus, um, which is abbreviated COVID-19. What else? So it's coronaviruses are a large family of viruses. They're common in people, many different types of species. So this isn't new. How it's being presented is pretty new for us, but it's not a virus that's new. We rarely have an animal form of coronavirus that can infect people. Um, and now with the new virus, that's what we have. But it usually comes from animals like camels, cattle, cats, and bats. And I'm pretty sure you guys have been hearing about the bat situation as far as China. Um, so what they're linking it to early on is that there was a large seafood and live animal market in China that the people who seem to have the coronavirus, that's where a large amount of them ate from. So later, a growing number of patients did not have exposure to animal markets. So that means basically so it first started out with the animal market and whoever was eating from there, that's where they're kind of sourcing it from. And then the other people that were tested to find out that they actually have the virus, we're coming to find out that it's from a person to person spread. So the people who had the virus they sorry, my computer logged off. The people who had the virus, they probably got it from the animal market and then, spread from person to person. So a community spread means that some people have been infected and it's not know how or where they have been exposed. So, for instance, let's say all started out in the live market, and then people from the live market are in China. They go to a friend's house, and then from that friend's house, they might go to, I don't know, CVS, or they might go to a restaurant. You don't know how many people they've infected in that time, and the people they've infected have now gone on to infect other people. So that's how it spread so fast. Um, let's see. Um, so currently, we don't know how severe it is, other than the death toll and the amount of people that have been affected. Out of China, it suggests serious illness occurs in 16% of cases. Older people and people of all ages with severe underlying health conditions. So people with comorbidities. Comorbidities are when you have like a health condition, but you have other health conditions that go with it. So let's say, I don't know, you have diabetes, so that's a comorbidity, or people have heart failure, or people lung cancer, like all these, like usually chronic diseases, not ones that are gonna kill you, but ones that affect your health. Like the number one I always think of is diabetes, because diabetes is so common in the world. Those are the people that it's affecting the most currently. Um, so, like I said, like heart disease, lung disease, diabetes. That's what the CDC is saying. Those are the people that are having like probably one of the worst outcomes because they already have an underlying disease issue. Um, so it has caused the pandemic. So this is a rapidly evolving situation where it has touched like worldwide. That's what a pandemic is. Um, so currently, to kind of do a risk assessment for yourself, majority of people, the immediate risk of being exposed to the virus is thought to be low. Um, People in places where going community spread of virus causes have been exposed are at elevated risk of exposure. So people that are traveling for spring break, people that are traveling for work, people that are traveling, just traveling in general, you're going to be at a higher risk, especially if you're going to these places. So of course, number one would be China, but other places where it's really evident is in Europe, which is why Italy put a ban on people going in and out. Um, there have been 19 deaths in California. So if you're going to Cali for spring break, or you're going to Cali to see family, or you're just visiting, you have a higher risk of getting the disease, only because there's a greater number of cases there. And travelers returning from affected international locations where the community has spread. So internationally, as well as at this point statewide, we've gotten to a point where it's become statewide as well. So I currently, if you guys don't know, I went to Miami for spring break about, I want to say a week ago, not a week ago, almost a week ago. And I was there for about a week. And at the time, I wasn't really, a lot of us, just like everyone else, even though I am in the healthcare field, like I didn't have the mindset of, oh, Corona, like I wasn't too worried about it. But it wasn't until we were coming back that I just became more cautious. Like I'm always cautious. I always wash my hands just in general, because I work with kids who are really immunocompromised, and I don't ever want to bring anything there that could really, really affect their system. So I'm just in general, just wash your hands. But it wasn't until I started to come back that I realized, like, oh wow, this is really a problem. And I'm coming from Miami. Who knows how many people travel to Miami for spring break? You don't know where they have been in the past month or two. So just keeping that in mind, that when you do travel, it might not be in the place that you travel to, but who knows especially during this time of spring break, how many people who travel to other countries um, have been affected and are now going to the place where you're just traveling for fun. So we just have to be a little mindful of that. Like spring break is fun, but you know. So So what they were saying is that, it's going to start to spread. And because of the spread, schools, childcare centers, and workplaces may start to be closed, or people are going to not go to school. But honestly, at this point, it's got to a point where schools are just closing out of the sheer fact of being safe, which I completely understand because um, although we don't have any link cases, majority of the schools that closed initially, they had some type of link case. And I know my school specifically closed because they said although they don't have a linked case, they just want to take precautions with everyone traveling during spring break, and you don't know what people are bringing back, and just trying to be safe. um, so the steps that the U.S. government is taking with respect to travel, as you all know, currently Trump has put a 30-day ban on anyone coming back into the US from Europe. So if you have family that's in France, or like I know my aunt was supposed to come here from France for my graduation. She was supposed to come a couple weeks early. That's probably gonna be postponed, or like I don't know how that's all gonna work out. But um, yeah, people can't come in from Europe. He put a 30-day ban on that. Foreign nationals who have been in China or Iran within the past 14 days cannot enter the U.S. U.S. citizens and residents and their immediate family members who have been in China or Iran within the past 14 days can enter the United States, but they are subject to health monitoring and possibly being quarantined for 14 days. Um, as of March 8th, the CDC recommended that people at high risk of serious COVID 19 avoid cruise travel. I've been hearing a lot of people going on cruises lately, and I don't know, personally, that terrifies me for the simple fact of people are coming from all over to go on these cruises. People are just coming from all over, and just even at the ports that the cruises dock at, like you don't know who you're gonna come in contact with and who they've been in contact with. So I don't know, like cruises are super 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 expensive, and I know a lot of them are not giving money back, but I just personally would be beyond terrified to get on a cruise at this right now, let alone a plane. um so if you want more information as far as like how to keep yourself safe, you can go on the CDC website, go to cdc.gov. It's a government website. It's 100% legit. I'm telling you, all this information that we get, that even the media gets, comes from the CDC because they're the ones that are hands on. Um, and they have like little links that you could do. So they have a guidance for healthcare professionals. Um, they have a guidance for assessing the risk. Um, And even in another thing that a lot of people I don't believe know is that, let's say you believe you've been exposed to COVID-19, which is coronavirus. Um, you believe you've been exposed to COVID-19. So what's going to happen is they're not going to immediately be like, oh, I'm going to quarantine her. What they're going to do is they're going to do all of the testing that the CDC has to do, and then they'll send it back to the officials, which are like statewide. So the state officials then have to put it through their own laboratories, and that's when they determine whether it's you've just been exposed or you actually have corona, you know what I mean? So, and some people are actually carriers. So, it's not a easy game of, oh, I've been exposed so I probably have it. That's not the case. I mean, that's scary. You're probably at a higher risk, but it does not mean you have the disease. So, that I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I know the media has been playing a huge role in how big this has been. Like it's been crazy big because of the media. But let's just play as smart people and let's just be realistic. Yes, it's something, I think the biggest issue is that it's something that's new to us. It's something that's foreign. It's something that's scary. I'm hearing two sides where some people are like really scared, or some people are not really scared because they're comparing it to the flu. Personally, in a healthy person, it presents as the flu. And in a healthy person who does not have a comorbidity like diabetes, heart failure, lung cancer, things like that, will most likely be able to fight it. But on the other hand, people who are immunocompromised and do have comorbidities, let's say I can fight it, but then I go expose it to somebody else who cannot fight it. That's where the issue comes into play. Is we have to get out of the mindset of just being so selfish, like, oh, I can fight it, so I don't care, so I'm going to go to these countries. But you come back and you spread it to other people who can't fight it. So we just have to be a little more like less me, and worldwide everybody else and other people who aren't going to be able to fight the disease as well as we can. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk about is, once again, the media, how the media makes it so big and people are kind of taking it lightly, or people are taking it serious, or people are making memes. Like, yeah, I laugh at the memes, but this is kind of a serious, not kind of, it is something that's serious, and we just have to be more self-conscious and realize that sometimes the media puts out false information, or jumps media outlets are quick to be the first one to put out news without having facts. So we have to be more conscious, or um, more willing to kind of do our own research, as opposed to stop just believing everything you see on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, everywhere. Just kind of do our own research and not just jumping the gun to believe everything the media says, like, because it's not always true and it's not always all of the information. They're often selective of what they put out into the media, put out into, I forget what's the word, put out into the public. Okay. And what was the last thing? Oh, like a life update. So what I'm up to now. Currently, I am up to just, well, now that I know my semester has ended, just getting my assignments done, because although the semester has ended and we're able to stay home, I still have to study for these last, I have 3 exams left, 2 in one class, 1 in my leadership class. Um, I still have to get some of my other assignments done. Um, for my clinical, which has been canceled, I still have to, I'm going to buy UWorld, which is like an NCLEX prep type test bank that helps you do a bunch of questions and practice exams to prepare for NCLEX. I've been interviewing for residency. So what a residency is basically like a, if you watch, what's it called? Grey's Anatomy. It's the same thing, but for nurses, where like you're a doctor, but you're not a doctor, and you kind of follow around. You're still a student for a certain amount of time. So that's basically what I'm applying for and interviewing for. I've applied for a couple of residencies, so they would be 2 years. So I would basically be getting paid a full time as a nurse, but I would still also be what's it called? A student. So I would be taking classes on my days off, or sometimes even the days that I work. I would be taking classes at 9 in the morning, or whenever they have those classes, to help me as in my new transition into being a nurse. Um, I would also be training with different preceptors. Preceptors are basically the person that you follow around. I would have different preceptors, and yeah, so I will be following their schedule. So if I do get any of these, that means my hot girl summer is out. Okay. I'm not having a hot girl summer, but I would rather have a residency and have an easy transition to being a nurse, instead of just being kind of thrown onto the floor. Like, I know I can fend for myself, like I can swim. I can't physically swim. I'll be like doggy paddling. But I don't have corona yet. um but I would rather have an easier transition, kind of learn as I go, as opposed to just being thrown to the wolves. So that's why I'm doing the residencies. What else am I doing? I don't know. I'm just living my young life. Like, I'm newly single. Not newly, but I've been single for some time now. Um, I'm dating, but not dating really. I think I like going out and getting food. So whatever you want to call that, that's what I'm doing. And then just enjoying my time around my friends, and trying to figure out who Dejanaba is and what Dejanaba wants in life, and um, what are the new steps I need to take to achieve it. I plan on taking some first time homeowner home buyer classes, because I do want to own a home very, very soon. I'm looking at a few investments that I plan on making, and just religiously getting ready for Ramadan. This weave's about to come out. I'm about to have my Meek Millies. But just getting ready for what, I don't know, life holds after school. I've been in school forever. This is going to be probably the first summer that I'm free, so I'm just very excited for that. I'm keeping an open mind with everything, and got fingers crossed, like within the next couple months, lose a total of 30 pounds by myself. So I'm just working, and each day sometimes is a start over. Um, but yeah, I'm just figuring out the kinks of life and just enjoying every second of it, because you never know when your last day is. And I didn't want to end on such a bad note, but thank you guys for coming to my channel. As always, hit me up if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any suggestions for videos you want me to do coming up. I will be posting another video, like in the life of a nursing student, that I pre-recorded but I didn't get to edit. So I'm going to be posting that. What else? I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. My Instagram is underscore towards greatness with two S's, underscore towards greatness. And my Snapchat is JenBoo12. So hit me up on either of those platforms. Hit me up here. Thank you guys for watching, and I am excited to have more time to bring you guys more content, and just really develop this YouTube and develop nursing school for you guys, and give you guys the best options and the best feedback going forward. Thank you guys for coming to my channel, and I'll see you soon.